Yo, what is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Today, we are doing the Smite Guardian tier list, going through and just seeing how they work in supporter and solo lane if they're solo laners. And so now you should have a general idea of every single god just based on their class. And the reason I did it this way, instead of doing it like by role, is a lot of these gods are played in multiple different roles right now. So like Pele is like a mid laner and a jungler, and Set's a mid laner and an ADC. And so I figured just by class, you could find that class that you want, and then I'd rank it there. Feel like it just makes it a little bit easier. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I messed up, but that's how I did it. But today we're going to be doing the Smite Guardian tier list. We'll be doing the item rant either Thursday or Friday. So yeah, today's just going to be the tier list. Thursday, Friday, the items. Let's go. So S tier again is going to be just one god. Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put Yoja in S tier for now because Fae Blessed Yoja is so OP. And if you are playing support and you want to just win and you know how to play Yoja kind of well, just build Benevolence into Thebes into Fae Blessed. And as long as your team's not getting stomped, I'm pretty sure you're winning that game 99% of the time because of how strong she is with Fae Blessed. Yes, she still has a skill cap. Yes, she's still very difficult to play. She's so obnoxious with Fae Blessed. I'm going to put her in S tier. Aries. Aries has gotten a couple nerfs recently, but I still think he's very good in the meta. I'm going to do B tier. I think he's a little bit worse off than A tier. A lot of damage, a lot of ability to kind of carry ranked games. If you get ahead, you're very hard to deal with. Good safety, surprisingly, from his 2, his ult. I mean, even his 3 for knock immunity. I think his build also feels very good right now. Yes, you fall off late game, as most tanks do, but I think I would just try to mitigate that as much as possible. So I'd build like a damage item 6 to try to be able to carry and maybe make my damage a little bit more threatening. But I still think he feels very, very good. RDO, I thought there was potential that she could be played in solo lane, and then we saw mages being played in solo lane, and yeah, this is a tough meta for her. I don't think she's going to be very good. Maybe if mages get nerfed or something in solo lane gets buffed, that helps her. But she is so bad in support, and she's not very good in solo lane. Athena is like the S tier character that's easy to play because she's very simple. You dash, taunt. You don't even have to dash half the time. Most of the time, you can just taunt. Global capabilities are insane. She's got good damage. She pulls relics. She's a very, very good character. I think she's slightly better at a competitive level because you can actually play around her ultimate and what it can do. But even in ranked, just ulting to a fight that's happening is just busted. So A tier for Athena. Atlas. I think Atlas is really mediocre at best. His damage is okay, but his laning phase is pretty bad. He loses a lot of laning phases. His late game isn't too great. If you play him with damage, you're kind of blink reliant. Overall, he could be okay, but he just doesn't feel great right now. I think Bacchus is in the Aries tier. I think they both do really good damage. Both have really strong laning phases. I feel like Bacchus is always going to have a incredible laning phase because his 3 pushes back minion waves and stuns it and stuns the enemies if the enemies are in this giant cone. And then you have follow-up CC with your flop. You've got solid tankiness, decent survivability. You only use 2 abilities for most of the game. So your level 3 is just you putting abilities or points into your other abilities to make them even stronger. You're not really using regrowth on this character anymore, regrowth on this character anymore. But that just allows you to double down and just go super tanky. He feels good. Kabrakan. The buff to Kabrakan 3 made him really strong for a bit. And then they upped it another second. And he feels not great. If he's not doing enough damage, he's kind of just useless. His CC is fine, but it's single target CC for the most part. His ult is okay, but you can break it or jump over it. If he gets ahead, he's very scary. If he's even or behind, he is pretty useless. His build is nothing special. He was just be building mostly tank. And I don't think he flexes out of support, which is kind of surprising to me. So C tier for Kabrakan. Serb. I think Serb is really good right now. I think Serb might even be better than B tier. His flex potential grants him this stronger status, being able to play both solo and support. His build is completely different in both roles. He builds a power item usually in solo lane early. We saw Variety build Deso second. I think he went Breastplate Deso, and then he went Binding third. And he was doing so much damage. He actually had like one-shot potential. He was able to carry a lot of the early game. He falls off late game as a character because his abilities take so long, like his 2. But I don't think it really matters. You're playing him for that earlier portion of the game. So I think I missed on Cthulhu. I thought he was going to feel a lot better into these mages, not really get poked down too much, able to play into the late game. But that just means there's more damage on the map, and it means that you're kind of dying faster, even though you are slightly tankier. He didn't feel great when I played him. Granted, I'm not the best Cthulhu player, and I will not lie and say, even though I'm a very, very good Smite player, that I'm good on Cthulhu. I'm not. I'm a bad Cthulhu player. So it could come from that. But he felt bad. I didn't have a strong laning phase. Alternate timeline didn't feel great on him. I got out traded a lot. Hunter shredded me. So maybe I missed on Cthulhu and he's just still not very good. I think Fafnir's a little underrated right now. He is kind of perfect for the meta. Playing through like a front to back meta where if you just transform before a fight, once you get 3 points into your ult, I think is like the point where you start to feel strong because that's 40 seconds in transformation. You just transform and then you just look for stuns. If you hit a stun, you pull beads and then you jump on them and then you kill them. If they don't have beads, your stun leads to a kill. He has very good objective damage. You don't need to go shell. You can go offensive relics. He's incredible late game. He actually has carry potential late game. He's probably the strongest late game support in ranked. I'll say it. Yeah, I'll say it. He feels really good. Ganesh got nerfed, but he's still fine. Not a bad character at all. He has weaknesses, obviously. Laning phase is not too great. If you get to the mid to late game and you can just drop ult and chunk people and stop the assassin from diving your mid laner, he feels great. And that's why you play him. So I'm going to put him in B tier. Dude, I don't understand. I hate this character so much. You know, I don't care. I don't care. This is my tier list. Geb sucks. He does nothing. He is a bad backline support. Yes, he's easy to play, but that's it. There's no strength in his easiness. Your Geb shield makes you useful for one person. Your CC is fine, but that's every Guardian CC is fine. Your laning phase is horrible. You don't scale that well. Stupid rock. Yorm, I mean, he's fine right now, but that's about it. Kind of isn't getting played in solo anymore. He's got bad matchups into the mage solos because they just out-trade him. He has somewhat survivability. He's not good late game. His build right now isn't very good. So yeah, we'll do C tier. Now, speaking of good... good backline supports. Pick Khepri. He is easy and he's better. Better ult, better 1, better 2, better 3, better passive. We'll say it. We'll commit to everything. He's just a better character than Geb. Better laning phase. Khepri's OP, man. Kumba. You guys know by now, this character is so bad. I don't know. He's so bad. He's so bad. Okay. Kuzenbo. I'm always super high on this character, but I feel like he's just not played in ranked. He does so much damage. He's easy to play. He has a good laning phase. He's probably, other than like Fafnir and like Yoja, he's probably got some of the best late game potential in the entire game. His relic slot is always open beyond blink. He can build into anti-heal. He can build to kill backliners. He can build everything, and he's freaking good at it. Maui. With Maui buffs, he feels better, but I'm still not too high on him, especially in ranked. He's definitely better in competitive or better at the high level. Very strong laning phase, though. Very high kill potential in the early portion of the game, but you're team reliant, which is the worst part. Sobek, he's starting to get played in competitive a little bit. His early portion is really reliant on who his ADC is. Because if you're playing Sobek and then your teammate who's got Doritos on his chest and his fingers are covered in Doritos and he's trying to figure out what ADCs want to play, and then he locks in something really bad like Chiron, and then you're playing Sobek Chiron in lane and you don't clear wave, you don't kill anyone, your damage doesn't matter, you can't outpoke them. It's not going to be fun. Sobek is a strong character, but he's very ADC reliant. You need to have somebody that can fight with you on her. Current Uller, I think, is another one, but he's ADC reliant and he's somewhat mid lane reliant. I think you want a mid laner that can kind of blow up off your pluck, but he feels good. He feels good right now for sure. Sylvanas, his buff didn't make him feel that much better. At this point, it's just his 3. His 1, 2 ult are very strong abilities. His passive is a strong ability, but his 3 is just bad. And I can't recommend playing him while his 3 is so bad. Tera, if you know how to play Tera, she's incredible. She's got probably the most impactful 1, 2, 3 in the game. High CC, utility with autos on slow. She has good damage. She can wall. She has healing protections when you're getting dove. 1, 2, 3 is incredible. However, when it comes to mid game and late game team fights, a lot of the times your ult just results in an onk ult or an onk counter. So your ult is really only great for diving the backline when it comes late game. But she does that very well. But that is a problem where her peel isn't great because her peel is healing, and when you heal it just becomes onked, and then your healing is irrelevant and they're either taking more damage or they're taking damage based off their HP. Xingqian, I think he's still bad. Yes, he got buffed. Does he feel better? Yes. Does he feel good though? No. And Ymir's fine. He's got a good laning phase. You kind of have to counter pick him because your wall is probably your best ability, and if they ignore your wall then you're useless. They can't ignore your wall, then you're OP. However, your 2, 3, and ult are still really powerful. Ymir ult is also the best support objective secure. If you feel like your team is always letting you down and just getting out secured, just play Ymir and take it into your own hands and start saying it's your money, use it when you need it. And by your money, I mean your objective. And by you need it, you need it. But that's Ymir. But that's a tier list. Let me know what you guys think. Is there anyone that I missed on? Anyone that you guys are like, this character's underrated, this character's overrated? Let me know what you guys think. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.